What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Spiritual Gifted 333. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to give you some inspirational spiritual tea. How are you guys doing mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? Me, I'm doing fantastic because I am fully awakened. I know now who has been targeting me. I know now who has been coming for my star status that God has on my path. It be the ones that's close to you that don't want to see you happy. I mean, it be literally, you could be literally sleeping with the enemy. And it's all out of jealousy because I am a star. I was born to be a star. It's not my fault. It was embedded in me. I didn't learn to be a star. It was in me. I had to reach in and bring out my star potential because I was so oppressed and suppressed. People that I was around who knew my potential before I did held me back for so long. I will be 40 years old February 13th, and I have been held back from my destiny since I was basically a child, 111. I knew I was different when I was little. Like, I felt different, but I knew my mom put me in church, so I felt a deep connection with God as a child, but like I said, I was abused as a child. What I'm saying? It doesn't trigger me anymore because I've come to terms with it. I knew that that's the part of my life that I had to heal in order to succeed throughout the rest of my life. And my wounded childhood was the reason I attracted narcissists, the reason I attracted warlocks. My dad not being present in my life, rest his soul, I love my dad and I know he's watching over me, but him not being present in my life caused me to attract men who are abusive. That's what I've been through as a child, so that's what I attracted. See, because as a child, our parents weren't programmed to program us the right way. So it's like we had to find our way sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't get that type of knowledge. We were supposed to get spiritual knowledge versus being in a physical. You know what I mean? So it took me years for all this knowledge to grow in my head, for me to put pieces to the puzzle together. Like, I kept living my life. I was like really in poverty mindset. Like, I felt like I had to work these jobs to pay bills. Like, I couldn't think because I'm like, oh my God, my Silco's bill, my Silco bill is due, my water bill is due. At the end of the day, it's up to me to not go put my mind through things like that. I have to really train my emotions. I have to train myself to control my emotions, because your emotions ultimately will be your downfall. Your anger, you're being stressed, you know what I'm saying, which is a spiritual disease, stress. It can kill you, right? And people that you thought loved you, close to you, could be around you, putting this stress on you, knowing that it can kill you. See, I'm very, very highly sensitive to energies. And people who could be watching my platform will try to use that to their advantage. They'll go behind the scenes and try to figure out, how can I confuse her to make her go backwards instead of forward? You can't. There's no way you can. I'm out of the matrix, boo-boo. I'm no longer in the matrix. I see everything for what it is. I see people for who they are. Me, a sensitive empath, I have to be alone to where I communicate with with the Most God, the Most High God, because that's where I get my downloads from. You see, but it could be that one person, that one family member, that one brother, that one sister that could be next to you that want to see your downfall. So without having a gift of discernment, without knowing this, these people can take you out spiritually. These people can have you in an illusion that you can't escape. There's an entity in my vicinity right now that I've defeated, but yet this entity is still trying to attach itself to me. And it's a lust entity, believe it or not, because this lust entity wants to use sex magic to confuse me, throw me off my path. Because, see, it's always a force on the outside that wants your energy, that wants your divine light, that wants to manifest your abundance. And if you don't lock in with the Most High, if you don't lock in with your ancestor spirit guides, whom I thank you, ancestor spirit guides, my gods and goddesses and protectors of my highest good. Because without them, I would not be here to tell my story right now. I have a testimony and I'm going to give it. Because I've been through too much. They say, Ty, what you go through? Spiritually gifted, what you been through? Hey, that's for me to know and God to know. But I will let you know as I go through my journey, as I come to my platforms and talk to you guys, sorry about that, I will let you know that it wasn't peaches and cream. My road was hard. It was very, very hard. When you're dealing with karmic energies, people who are operating out of envy and jealousy, they're going to come for you. They're going to come for your empire. They're going to come for your stability. And that has happened to me. But that had to happen to me for me to wake up to see who shouldn't be around me, who doesn't deserve my energy. So now I went through my healing phase. I'm still going through my healing phase because it's still people in my energy who's trying to take me back to my south node. But boo-boo, I'm way ahead. I'm going to my north node, and that's just that. I will not be distracted. The devil loves to send distraction. I have distractions around me every day, all day. Even when I'm working, there's distractions. You see, because the devil doesn't sleep. But the devil is a lie, because what God has for me is for me. See, I'm spiritually gifted. And I will tell my spiritual story. I will continue on my spiritual journey being thankful, grateful. Because I know that without God, I would not be standing. I would not be sitting here without God. So I know he's real. So why would I turn and go backwards when I know what God has ahead of me forward? And why are you still watching me when you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel? I'm confused. But take time to heal, though. Definitely those deep inner childhood wounds is where you want to start. And literally wake up every day knowing that there's going to be a better day. Just thank God. Just be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for it. Material things don't mean nothing because it can easily be taken away. Money is the root of all evil. We need to change our mindsets of how we think with this money. Yes, we go through struggles. But we all have spiritual gifts. We all have some type of talent to where we don't have to struggle. But me as a chosen one, that's not my destiny anymore. I'm coming for everything that's been taken from me by witches, by warlocks, practitioners. I'm taking back my power and I'm standing firm in my true authenticity as a spiritual healer, as a spiritual guru, as a spiritual teacher. I love you guys, and I'm going to end it here. But please, I tell you, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Because the knowledge and wisdom that I'm bringing to you is undeniable. 8:11 on the timer as I say it that. But I'm going to end it there. I love you guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.